we have family, friends who have jackpad.
Yeah.
Who are jackpad. And here now, Kotoka International Airport is like
it's a new point of the
slave market.
Yes.
Of no return.
Charlie, people are leaving this country in droves.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them because I think, look, Nanado should be sad. We drop this one here. We go to this one is my pet topic. It's not a pet peeve, but
we'll leave you to do a monologue.
No. The person who do the monologue is here. However, I think we all have candid thoughts on this because we have family, friends who have jackpad.
Yeah.
Who are jackpad. And here now, Kotoka International Airport is like
it's a new point of the
slave market.
Yes.
Of no return.
Charlie, people are leaving this country in droves.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them because I think, look, Nanado should be sad. Or the MPP should be sad. Because the rate of migration, even on the eye test, face value, is so much.
Do you remember back in school? Rural urban migration. urban migration.
I'm telling you.
Now it's Africa, Europe.
It's crazy.
Africa, America.
And you see, for me, I'm looking at how these developed countries are playing it in the sense that attract the best brains. This describes even the best brains. Not to mean like to insult anybody who's that bad. It's not essentially the best brains, so the average brains that we can use. And the system is this. When you come, we will provide you with facilities. You don't have to go and chase trotro. Depending on what society you find yourself in. Because some people are living in under some questionable conditions outside this country that we
can even volunteer to buy the place.
I'm telling you to come back. However, vast majority they will say that we can provide you some decent stuff there and then give you jobs. If you want entry-level jobs, if you want to go and do caregiving and then you get plenty. Yeah, but we are going to tax you 50%. You pay your dues back. That's opposed to your country that's not finding any proper use for you. So you are a trained nurse and you are not even getting a job to do in Ghana and all kinds of we'll give you jobs and we'll tax you 50%. That's a whole development dynamics that is almost a win-win for everybody. So yes, people are moving in their numbers. However, this video by this Nigerian sister bawling her eyes out.
Another child of God.
Children of God, dear.
Who sent
that girl? No, we need to share the Alpha Hour link with her.
Charlie,
so that guys, we share the
crying about loneliness.
Our prayer request every single day since we were born on this continent
to move out, and she's bawling her eyes out. That look, she's not getting a cricket scratching to even have conversation with. Before we came on the show, you're saying, why must she go online to go and cry there? That's where she'll find human beings.
She can't even get someone to cry to.
No, but I don't like what people are doing because I've had that experience, okay? But you finish
okay. So it's very touchy for you.
Because I can't take anybody who cries on camera seriously.
No, you should take her seriously. I'm telling you that.
But you told me like she doesn't even have someone to cry to.
No, but you know, even people who cry on camera, so like I'm just like you set up your camera like
sorry. Like this is people's serious stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, this can't be serious.
So you see, her video buttresses a lot of cases and a lot of complaints by people. And how we respond is, if abroad was not that good, you would have been back here in Africa in no time. So please leave us. Let's also come and experience the bad conditions you are talking about. Mainly, the bad conditions border on social interactions, work and life, proper work and work-life balance, culture shock, and stuff like that. Yeah. Is it time to start telling people that before you travel, do pros and cons? That your reality in Ghana is not the same as another person who's left Ghana for one or two reasons. Maybe you have it better here than you ever have it elsewhere. If you have to be cognizant of all the factors that exist, is it time to start having that proper evaluation? And I'm posing this question to a lady who has been going and coming, and then we are all saying, why are you just going and coming? Why won't you stay? Aram has been in the UK, I mean US for a while, or
UK, France,
and then traveled around all across, and she has a social system of people.
Understand the way it works.
She knows she will have a lot of case studies and personal stories to share. Madam, should anybody just get up, carry their bags and leave this country without thinking about proper thinking?
One thing that I always tell people before you travel is proper planning. Because, and one thing also is that a lot of people are not telling the truth about, I don't want to say the state of the nation, state of the economy, but the realities of living abroad. And the sad part for me these days is that people are so desperate to leave the country. They will go to a place like Lithuania or something, like places that
people are going to Kyrgyzstan.
They have language barriers, like serious language barrier. Right? And if you are going to school, so I'll give an example where when I was doing my master's in France, in school we spoke English. The tuition, the teaching was in English, and I was in class with English speaking people, even though I'm bilingual and I can speak French. But most of my friends even struggled because right out of the classroom, even to order coffee.
Ça va?
C'est un problem. So there is that. So and then people are moving to Spain, and then people are moving to Italy, and then it's like when you even go to the Italy, you're not even going to be in like Milan, where you say that it's cosmopolitan, right? You go and be in like
retirement states,
someplace
where old Italians come and retire.
Just because you're desperate
to get out
of Ghana. And most of the time, people will try to bring you. I remember one of my friends, like, I should come to the US to do this course, blah, blah, blah. And then he sent me this guy. Look at the course. I was like, why on earth am I even going to try to? It's like, I shouldn't worry about the course. I should just apply. They give me scholarship and I should come.
That you land in the
and
States.
I'm like, so I'm going to get to this course and I have to go to class.
Yes.
To study this. I
don't like it.
But then it's an opportunity and people will take it. So for me, one is that don't just travel. And then the sad part is the people who don't have enough money. And I'm saying this, and I'm very, because I made those mistakes. When I went to law school outside, I didn't have enough money. I was working 2 jobs and in law school full time. It was hell. Okay. I always tell this story where they came to a point where I wasn't even wearing regular clothes to school again. I used to work at Powerland. That has been bought now. I wear my Powerland uniform and I wear my jacket on top. Then in the morning I will go and work at some place. Then I will go to lectures. Then go and study in the library. Then go straight to work, so I don't have to change. When I get there, I'll just remove it. I'm already in my uniform.
So from morning to evening,
I'm in my uniform all day. And I have to work my shifts before I sleep. It was crazy. And that money was just even enough just to pay my rent or something. Do you understand? And then like things are so expensive. You may do all your hours and then the government will take like 40% of your salary. So even if you are calculating that I'm doing 12 hours or what, it's not all that money that I'm going to receive. And some people are even working with other people's documentation. So you are called Emmanuel here. But
Emmanuel.
In the no. In your office, you are called Joseph.
Okay.
And if you forget yourself, and somebody called Joseph, hey, I'm Joseph here. And when they pay you, it will go to somebody's salary. That person will take their cut.
My sister, a Ghanaian man is working under the name Akosia in Obrodiland.
Yes, these are the struggles, and there are people who are sharing spaces with. First, all my babes are Japa. Oh my God, I've seen them on Snap. They are catching people saying in America, in the UK.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, even the barbers have left.
Leaving. So,
and then you're intellectual. So, and for me, the most motivating factor for people living in this country is money.
yeah.
Let's not be deceived. When you bring the dollars and you change it, it's
You
plenty.
melt it, it's plenty.
When you bring the pounds and you change it, it's plenty.
Yeah.
And most of these people are not just living for themselves, but then they have
Their
people who are
families,
depending on that income that they are bringing. So I'm not trying to downplay that, but I'm saying that have a plan.
Yeah.
If you don't have a plan, you suffer. So I would want him to go, and then we'll come back to the
social-
video. The video Nintia we've gathered here today.
Kingsley, hey.
Yes.
Do you also have this? I mean, if they said if your SHS group majority of the numbers have been changed to +44 +11, then you didn't go to a proper school. In fact, my uni group, like 60% of them are +1 and +44. Is that your story too? And how do you evaluate
I
this thing?
have a number of friends that have left, but just like Aram said, in everything, even when you want to move from Eastern region to Accra to settle, Eastern, even in the same country, you are going to experience things that will make you ask yourself, oh wow, is this also part of Ghana?
Yeah.
Because when you make up your mind to move, you have to psych yourself to start with. I know we'll come to that in detail, but in everything, just like we do in our work, in our lives, just plan. Leave allowance for the unknown.
Yeah.
Because when it hits you, I have my own experience. The first time I moved out of my parents' home, I realized, okay, so you people were suffering and you were not making us see.
Yeah.
Because there are days you have no money, but you have to show up.
Make sure there's something on the table.
I believe that in everything, not just in this situation, we have to plan. We have to be sure that what we are getting, even if you don't know the fear of the unknown, just leave allowance so that when it comes, because when it happens, if you are not strong, you end up like our sister.
And that's then that will come to that place.
Yes. Now
to the video.
To the
biggest her biggest concern in that video was
loneliness.
A non-existent social life.
People don't tell you about moving to Canada. I feel so alone. I feel like I live with someone I can't have a conversation with, and I'm trying to cry, and I even have to be silent about it. 'Cause you just lose out on so many things. Your life, you just leave it behind. Your friends, and I'm so hurt, and my heart hurts. You have to work all the time. I have school. I'm so sad. I'm hurting so much. I don't have any friends. TikTok, so I just woke up and I saw that a lot of people commented on the video I just posted. I just want to say that thank you so much for reaching out to me. Like, it just means a lot to see that people care that much. And for people that keep going, hey, go back to your country. If you don't know, it costs a lot. It means so much to my parents for me to be here, because I will say this is something that I asked for, and for them to take their time and say, hey, like, we can do this for you. Do you want this? And I'm like, yeah. I will just take this as a growth process. Nonetheless, I will not deny the fact that yes, it is hard. Am I ready to go through it? Yes. Why did I post the video? Some people have asked me. It's because I have been suffering like this for the longest time. Like, and I'm like, if I'm suffering like this, and I'm not even a sad person, can you imagine how many people actually are like just going through this every day? I worked as a canvasser, and I'll tell you something, like, the amount of people that were just racist to me door to door and door to door, that's what started bringing me down. That's what started making me feel more lonely. And just feeling like that, I'm like, can you imagine how many people that feel this way? And I just wanted to say, like, hey, like, y'all are not alone, and just thank you for all the love. And I'm so happy to see that human beings are such great creatures, and I'm so happy. I love my family. I love everyone I've met so far, and I love everyone that reached out to me. Like, thank you for the helpful comment. I'm glad to see that, hey, like, things get better. Thank you. And I don't know, I'm crying because now I feel so happy, but thank you so much. I had the best conversation I've ever had in my life with a stranger yesterday, and I'm like, wow, people are amazing. Just keep being good and keep being you, and if you're negative, please keep it to yourself, okay?
Aram, you're the one who has traveled. You have seen yellow people, green people, white people. What is it about the white man's land that black people are not, or Africans are not able to fit in? You are not able to have the social, like, connections, the feelings that you have here,
the
where you can just
spirit.
Get that communal spirit. You can just get up and bump into somebody,
eat fufu with your favorite bestie.
You can just show up and What's the problem? What's the social gap? The gap in the social whatever?
Because it's not home. People always ask me, like you said, I go and come, why won't you stay? And I'm like, and I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have my parents live there, my sister there, but it's still not home. And I will always say that my sister left Ghana when she was 30. So she went to junior high school, she went to senior high school, she went to school, she started got her first job there. So she's built a life around there. Same with my parents. So they have some form of, they build their community. I don't have community over there. And I've told you that the last time that I traveled, I had to travel to another country to just see my friend. So it's not home. When I traveled the beginning of this year, I spent 90% of the time with my father because he's retired. I didn't spend a lot of time with my mom because my mom is working. My mom works 12-hour shifts. My little sister lives not far from our house, but I literally had to arrest her and say, give me your work schedule and fix me here.
And mind you, those places that are free, she also has her own social things she needs
to do. And if I need to hang out, I'm hanging out with my sister's friends, and I'm 5 years older than my sister, so you can imagine the kind of friends that she has. So
that would be awkward.
Exactly.
French and oh, you can speak the French, so
So for me, I'm in a space where the language wasn't no issue.
Problem.
So if I'm going out with my sister, I'm going out with my friends. If I'm going out with my parents,
older
friends.
People.
So I'm always seated at a table with my uncles and my aunties and my cousins.
Just on your phone.
It's horrible. Do you understand? So it's the fact of not having community. And what this girl is, I've been there. When I moved to the UK in 2014, my auntie picked me up from the airport to her house. Then she brought me to school, Exeter University, Southwest. So it wasn't like London or I was in Birmingham or Coventry, no.
Proper Caucasian district.
Down by the riverside
of white people.
She dropped me there. She slept that night. She left and she never came back.
Wow. Swim.
I was in a flat with 11 different people plus me, 12 from different countries, right? And then one day, my friend, the day that happened, that I experienced this, at least then social media, I'm sure I would have done a video bawling my house out. And my flatmates were going out. They said, oh, I should come. And I was like, oh, no, I'm good. Oh, are you sure? Oh, no, I'm okay. And they left. And the place became suddenly quiet.
Everybody had left.
There was nothing. And you see, time difference is a thing. And you see, once you leave, people expect that you have left. You've left us here.
Yeah, so
and you low-key expect people to be happy for you, but we get happy for you. We're like, you're having a good time. Like, you left us here. Why are you calling us? Like, even when I traveled recently, every weekend I am on a group call with my girls.
Consciously.
Because, like I said, I don't have community. So I'm held up in the house, in the cold, and I'm
you need someone to
on 2 hours call with my friends. And talking about exactly, and they called me and they said exactly, they said they were going to buy ice cream. And I was on the phone with them.
Like,
and they said they were going to buy ice cream.
Yeah.
And we were on the phone just because I needed company.
Yeah.
So my flatmates have all left. So when I was in one party. And then I realized that, why am I here? What am I doing? I've left family, my friends, my country to be in this cold place. And everybody has left. And you know, in Ghana, let's say if I didn't want to go somewhere, my friends would be like, oh, we'll stay with you or we'll do. No, you say we've invited you, and white people, they invite you. You say no, they will respect your decision. That's one thing we don't have in Ghana. We don't have, people don't have boundaries. White people, they respect boundaries. Oh,
thankfully, people don't have boundaries in Ghana.
Yeah. You say, oh, you don't want to go?
They will convince you as well.
Let's go. But you, why are you like that? Why are you being like this?
They know you like Stoneboy. You know Stoneboy will come.
Tell you, don't worry if you go out, buy, drink. White people, you can't go. Oh, that's fine. Okay, we'll be back. No. See, it was so bad. When my flatmates go and party and come in the morning, I'll be the one giving coffee and giving para because they'll be drunk.
Wow.
I'll be serving para like I'm a nurse. Because people are having serious migraines. And one of my flatmates now, he's an athlete in the British team. He runs. Only. When he came, he was such a small boy. One day he went to they have this group things that you join in the school. Only came back, he was drunk as the motherfucker. He was on the floor. We almost called his mother for him. Because the guy was lit. I don't know what, and those things when they go and they drink and they did this beer pong thing, so they keep throwing. Only came drinking and drinking. Hey, I sat there, I cried, and I remember then I had a boyfriend. I called my boyfriend like 30 times. Yes. This wedding pic, even worse than the thing. I was crying. I was crying like somebody that the mother has died. I cried in the hallway. I went to my room. I'm sure that they even slept on the floor. I was so sad, so miserable. And then I called. Did I call my sister or something? And then my brother said, "How have you called me so many times?" I was like, "I want to come home. I want to go to Ghana. I want to go home. I don't want to be here." It was so sad. But that was when I realized that. And then I called my sister and she even made it worse. You want to come back to where? Yeah. Do you know how much money was invested in sending you out? You want to come back to where? This place that your friends are getting pregnant by different people. You want to come back to where? My friend, if you don't readjust your mind and focus on why we brought you here, you see what I will come here and come and do to you.
Seriously, loneliness can be very
that's depressing. The thing. You see, sometimes people be like, oh, why do people act out or do things? Why would somebody like OnlyFans? Exactly. Look at how OnlyFans blew up in the pandemic. People are lonely, and that's one thing we don't talk about. You can there are people who outside of work, they don't have a life. So those people are the loudest at work. Let them go home.
Having all their thrills
at work. They're the ones who always want to organize stuff. There are people who are causing traffic in Accra because their house is the hellfire.
Yes.
Exactly.
They waste everybody's time.
So for me, and I can understand and sympathize for me that night, it was a loneliness. But once I cried it out of my system, and I feel like maybe God just wanted to teach me a lesson that you are here by yourself. You see all the people that you think you have around you, the day that I felt like I needed them, I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So when he comes in, I'll tell you that how I moved past it. So that if anybody is watching this now or later and you're thinking about Japa, we need to psychologically prepare you.
True.
And the funny thing is, I've actually had most friends. I had this one. Most of my friends, like 10, if I ask 10 people, 8 people have had this moment when they got out there in the first you cried and said they wanted to go back.
I have a couple friends who moved and the guy is working and the lady is at home. Actually, she was pregnant here, went and had a child there, and as a new mother, you know how we do in Ghana, that's where your mother-in-law is coming, your mother is coming, help Charlie. She had to do everything alone in a new country, and she was gainfully employed.